Okay, so you guys, you sent in a bunch of stuff about this like crazy cold snap that's hitting the southeast and northeast, and even some of your own personal like prep notes for it and stuff. So we are going to do a deep dive on this. It's pretty wild. We're talking like single-digit temperatures in the North Georgia mountains.
Yeah, that's not normal.
Yeah, hell is frozen over, right?
Pretty much. I mean, the southeast is really known for kind of mild winters.
Right.
You know, so this is really, really unusual to see this kind of deep freeze.
So what's wild to me is like the North Georgia mountains, it gets cold there.
Yeah.
But single digits.
Yeah. No, that's definitely not typical at all.
So that's really interesting. So, in your notes, you were talking about like, dripping faucets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I've definitely had the experience where I thought, it was going to be fine. And then I woke up to a flooded basement.
Oh.
Because I didn't drip the pipes. So why is that so important?
So basically, it's because water expands when it freezes, right?
Right.
So if your pipes are full of water and the temperature drops below freezing, that expanding ice has like nowhere to go. Yeah. And that's what causes a burst pipe. So a slow drip actually relieves the pressure.
Okay.
And it keeps that expansion from like turning into a total plumbing disaster.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know, we're also seeing things in these articles about, checking on your elderly neighbors and bringing pets inside and stuff like that, which,
of course.
You would think people would know to do.
Yeah.
But maybe in an area that doesn't get this cold very often.
Right, exactly. And it kind of makes you think about not just, individual preparedness, but also like the infrastructure down there.
Yeah.
Is it really equipped to handle this kind of extreme cold?
Totally.
Like the power grid, for example. It's mainly designed for handling heat.
Right.
So what happens if there's, prolonged freezing temperatures?
Yeah.
Could it lead to like widespread outages, which would just make a bad situation even worse.
Right. And then people are stuck without heat.
Exactly.
So, okay, we've got the practical stuff, drip your pipes, check on your neighbors.
Yeah.
But one thing that keeps popping up in these articles is like the climate change angle.
Right.
So is this extreme cold like somehow connected to global warming?
Well, it's complicated,
Right.
Scientists are still trying to figure out like all the nuances of how climate change impacts extreme weather events. But there is some research out there that suggests that a warming Arctic can actually disrupt atmospheric patterns.
Okay.
And that can lead to these really unusual cold snaps.
So it's not as simple as like, global warming means it's going to be warm everywhere all the time.
Right, exactly. It can actually have kind of paradoxical effects.
Yeah, so it's interesting to think about how these things are all connected and kind of what it means for the future.
Definitely. It makes you wonder how we can adapt our infrastructure and our preparedness strategies,
Right.
to deal with a future where these extreme weather events, whether it's heat or cold,
right,
might become more